Hey, welcome to the 2-Hour Grind. I'm Nate, and today I'm going to be rocking and rolling. But first, a little update. I know I haven't posted as many art videos recently. I've been doing a lot of trading cards and things like that. But that's because I've been working really hard on this assignment, and I can't really share too much unless they get approved. So these sketches haven't even made it onto the cards yet that I have to submit. So I went through and I've been working pretty hard on some awesome sketch cards. These are going to be inserts for the trading card set that's coming up, and more information will follow, and I want to start to actually finalize some of these cards in this card set. I will just some of the sketches that some of these sketch cards are going to have. Once it gets a little bit further along and I get more information, I'll share as much of it with you guys as possible. And I've been working on Wolfsbane, the next issue of Wolfsbane. So Wolfsbane 2, the thumbnails, next couple pages. I'm working on that. I don't want to give away too many. I don't really want to share too much of the pages currently until they're done. So it wouldn't give you a reason to read it, right? Otherwise, so tune back in for more of that. So that information will come out. I'm hoping to have it done for Baltimore Comic Con this year. StellarCon is coming up in a very short amount of time. It is on June 15th, 2024. It's in York, Pennsylvania. That's the next show we'll be at. I also need to have an art sale if anybody's interested in some art. I've got stacks of awesome art ready to go all times. If anybody's ever interested and wants some original art, please feel free to reach out. I got pretty rad sketches if you got certain characters that you want, or I'm always taking commissions. So always feel free to reach out if you're interested in some of that. So solo leveling today, I'm just trying to grabbing my sketch real quick. Alright, so I started watching some solo leveling and was having some fun with this new episodes, and it's a pretty rad anime. I know it's been around. I was a webtoon for a little while now. So I was going to draw Jinwoo, just to kind of get a feel for the character and know where elements are, places, and kind of like figure out the outfit and how the outfit flows. His outfit changes a lot. It seems like in the show, in the webtoon, it was like a webtoon web novel, I think, and it was written by Chugong. There's also a free comic book day version of solo leveling, which would be the first comic book appearance of them. So keep an eye out for that. If you see it in dollar bins, things like that, I think it's about a $15 book right now, and I could see it having a lot of potential down the line. However, anyway, I'm getting on with it, and this is an art video. I'm not going to talk too much about all that other stuff, so I'm a little bit leaned today. I usually love it when my paper is actually level with my eye, and I am not currently set up with that. So let me transform this table real quick. Now, it's going to look a little bit weird in my first couple stages where I'm actually just laying out the pose. I'm going to go fast. It's going to, just because the perspective is going to be weird because of the camera, I could always adjust the camera, but it'll take me 10 minutes to get it back in place. Probably should just do that. I use some knife fighting references for the pose, and it's going to be kind of just a generic pose, I guess, to start with. I'm going to try to make it a little bit more dynamic as I go through, with a little foreshortening, hopefully. Knife coming up and out, yeah. It's got the other arm. It's kind of just in a battle pose with the knife. Boom, 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 runs at you. I'm not that far into the anime yet. I'm only like episode 3 or 4, but with the con coming up, I like to always try to have some fresh art. Usually, and I also usually like to try to make it go around the forms, right? So I'm looking at it, it's a cylinder, but it's sideways, so I want to have the lines kind of travel around the form to kind of make it feel like it's coming out at you. It works most of the time. It might not work every time, but usually it's a pretty good strategy. And then it becomes about where lines overlap and things. So if you ever look at something and it feels a little bit off, you might have a line overlapping but going like a weird direction, so it looks like the other part of it's overlapping, and like tricks your eye. So I want this to come up and over the arm, right? So the forearm's in front of the like bicep, tricep area in the upper arm. So I want that to curve around, up and around, so the forearm's in front, If I did it the other way, and I curve my lines the wrong way, and I continue to draw it, it would look really weird. It's going to throw it all off, right? So using those cylinders, making sure they're overlapping the correct way. I know it's kind of basic stuff, and if you heard it before, it doesn't hurt to hear it again, I guess. And of course, I'm a fan of like big collars, so that's not going to hurt the character design. I went with like his second form, I guess. I looked up different outfits, and he's got a ton of leveling up to do, I guess. I guess he levels up a lot. Since I guess the webtoon's been out, or the web novel's been out for a long time. Quite a few years. I didn't realize it. Since the anime's new, it's bringing new eyes to it. It's new to me. I haven't really heard about it, and it's pretty rad. One thing you'll see me do a lot is draw it, erase it, redraw it again. My art takes time. It does take time to tweak it. If you've seen any of my previous videos, you can kind of see what the end product looks like compared to like the sketches. Sometimes I like to just jump into the line work or something where it's, inking the line work or jumping into a step that it's already kind of established, because this does sometimes take me a little while. However, you'll see it's not just something that's instant, right? For me, it's not. I've seen like some of those other guys out there that just like nail shit first try. I'm not one of those. I like to work with it and play around and try to like figure out the forms and the light and how things play. Everything that's going on in the photo or in the in the photo, everything that's going on in the image, right? So I don't know how I feel about this paper. It's like hit it like 5 or 6 times already on this paper, and it's kind of scratching it up. I'm not sure if I like that. I know I'm using like a hard lead, but I don't feel like I'm hitting it that hard. Elbow up, elbow down. Elbow up. Pencils, inks, mistakes, all those things, right? That's why I call it that. I go back in, I clean it up, I redraw it, I clean it back up. It's how my brain works when I draw. It's how I like. It's my process, right? Kind of zone out, kind of get into the groove. Having a lot of fun with this so far. My buddy just said somebody got cast as He-Man, and I was like, oh man, as long as they bring back Dolph Lundgren as like King Randall or Man at Arms or something, that would be cool. We could be the old disgruntled like warrior guy in the armor, the original He-Man. That was a terrible movie. It wasn't really that terrible. It was actually pretty cool, but it just didn't have the look of the original He-Man. It was some other. They filmed it as something else originally, or the script was something else originally. I forget the story behind it offhand, but getting sidetracked now. All right, back to what I'm working on. Solo leveling. I'm almost ready to just start throwing some color on him. I'm gonna do the line work on top, so I'll go over it with the black last, as I kind of like to do that because it gives me a chance to like finalize things throughout, and I can still erase pencils all the way till the end. Marker, of course, I wouldn't be able to erase it, but you can tweak where it goes. So I really just kind of lay in loose value where I think things should be, just to get an idea of where I need to like, put down the first layers of the gray and light blues. I think he's got a lot of blue in this outfit, at least. I like this first outfit with the blue hoodie, and like it's got the orange underneath because of the complementary colors that I had. But everything else has been like all blues. It does go blue to purple, I guess, or black and purple in a lot of the art that I've seen for the actual show, which are pretty cool too. So I might do a little bit of the purple stuff somewhere. I haven't decided yet how I'm gonna work the color in. Just finalizing some of the lines that I already drew. I did it pretty loose. I went back to like a HB or whatever comes in this, the regular like pencil lead, right, that comes in the Bic, and just to kind of darken some of the lines because I was using a 2H lead, and sometimes it's really light to start with, and then once you get a couple layers down, it's pretty good. But I was trying to move faster. As this is a gray tone paper, you got to add more layers to get a little darker faster. So I went back to that one for a minute in between. So if you're wondering why I switched those pencils around, that was kind of what I was doing, just to get move a little bit quicker. All right, color time. It's okay. Did Miles get up, buddy? What are you down here for? I heard the thunder. Did you come down here because it was thundering? Bud? My dog Iggy came downstairs. Doesn't usually come downstairs too often. The color's not perfect, but it's what I had, and it was the closest thing I had. I tried to adapt it a little bit, but that's alright. Not going to make or break it. I'm just going to keep rolling with it. If I do scan it in, I can just do a color match, color fix. And on that, I'm going to take a little bit of time to take a break and get some fresh eyes on it. I will be back. You won't even notice that I'm gone, but here's the update for where I'm at. So, Jinwoo. Try to keep some texture into the pants so far. I got a lot of layers to build up still, so nowhere near done. Alright, so fresh eyes on it, starting the next day. This Jinwoo coming back. You guys didn't even notice I was gone, did you? No. Alright. Gonna continue this, building layers with the markers. Try to get this pose to work a little bit. I don't know, the legs. See if I can get this to work together. Or not. Gonna try. Might be one that I end up scrapping. Sometimes that happens, but I'm gonna do my best and see what I can do with it. Let's go start building some layers in the jeans. This is what happens when you draw on an angle. It looks better from my angle than it does flat, probably. Or more in proportion, that's for sure. Might be a digital fix, quick and easy when I scan it in. Something just feels a little bit, maybe his hands are too big, I don't know. I'll get there when I get black, right? Black line work on top of everything. Hopefully it'll even it out. making some progress. I think I'm going to call it as a stopping point for part 1 of this 2-hour grind, which is actually about 4 hours, maybe 3 hours. It does take me a while to do this, and it's all going to be sped up into a half hour for you, probably, hopefully a half hour, maybe a couple minutes longer, I don't know. But we'll see how I can do it. I don't talk a whole lot during the whole process, but building layers, changing colors really works for adding the value change. Trying to match colors, I was adding warm grays, cool grays, trying to get the pants. I was trying to color match a photo of him, and it got close, but not quite there. So I'm just gonna keep working on this. If you want to see my progress on it, check me out. Any of these spots right over here. Give me a like, give me a subscribe. I really appreciate it. If you got questions, comments, please leave them below. I appreciate it. I'll try my best to help you guys out. Explain my steps, why I do what I do. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. I'm Nate. This was the 2-hour grind, and I'll be back for the next part of this Jinwoo from Solo Leveling. Thanks for stopping by.